Hey everybody, welcome back. Tonight we're just looking at some odds and ends as we're reaching really the end of my two recent hauls at the recycler. So this is just some stuff I've saved out of either bins that were headed off for recycling on systems that had already been torn down, or stuff that I grabbed, out of piles of stuff, possibly other computers that were just not salvageable. We'll start with the memory. A couple sticks of mobile memory here. Gig sticks, 800 megahertz. It's a 2 gig pair there. And a couple of gig sticks matching Kingston for 3 total there. And some newer DDR3 stuff. Again, all pulled out of that was just out of a box. One Netgear old network card. One of the older machines will probably end up with that. Move on to the graphics stuff. This big honker was just sitting on top of a box, and I knew it was an NVIDIA, and I'm like, all right, what the heck? I'll take it. I'm not sure how good this is or how recent. I really haven't even looked at it, but with a heatsink like that, I got to feel there's some performance behind this. So I'll leave it up to you guys. I have not dug into how powerful this one happens to be, but you know more about it, hit me up in the comments. And beneath that, got a VGA video card. This one here, I believe, is just a generic AGP. I'm not sure. Again, I haven't had time to look into most of this stuff. Looks like it's got a Gainward chip on it. Its own cooling fan that's unique for kind of these older school ones. I'm guessing that's 32 meg per chip, so 128 VGA, or maybe it's a 32 meg overall. We'll have to throw it in something and see what it does. And I got another VGA below that. Old school. This one is a 3D Rage by ATI. Pretty cool. Looks like it's got expandable memory for those who are ambitious. So, pretty clean. Again, pulled out of a box. Below that, VGA DVI with S-Video. Seen better days, it looks like. It's got a pretty healthy heatsink on here. And it looks like this is a GeForce N6200 512. Again, AGP. Pretty cool. That's probably a nice little handy card, but looks like we got a cap pulled out that'll need to be fixed. That's easy enough. So we'll put that in a repair pile. Below that, got one with a little loose faceplate here. VGA S-Video with, wow, standard composite out. That's pretty cool. Again, AGP, 32 meg card. I actually think I have another one of these sitting around. So, kind of cool. It's got the composite audio, or excuse me, the composite video. And another one with a massive heatsink, VGA DVI S-Video. This one looks like maybe one of those caps might be bulging. And that's a PCI. And it looks like I don't see any identifiers on this immediately. I don't know. Interesting. Well, I'll have to plug it in and see what it does in one of the systems. And of course, found a P2 sitting in a pile. Had to save it. Nice heatsink on the back. Pretty dirty. But it's been a while since I've used a P2, so I'm hoping to get this in. This one, I believe this is, yeah, fairly recent P2. So we'll have to find a P2 motherboard to throw that in. I did find a Packard Bell riser card. So aside from the Packards that I picked up, there must have been another one there. I don't know if this works in any of the systems that I got. But I would be interested to maybe find that board the next time I'm there and just see if we can revive another Packard. We got a SCSI card here. This one was in the bag when I found it. So somebody bought this and just never used it. It's an Adaptec SCSI. I don't have any SCSI components, so at this point it's more of a curiosity than anything. But if I ever run across a SCSI machine, I'll probably use it. And then we've got a 99 AMD Athlon in the cartridge, which I honestly had never seen before. I knew they existed. The Athlons I was used to were just standard chips. But pretty cool. I kind of want to get this fired into something too. So I can't really see that there. It looks like it's a K7 650. So decent processor. We'll see what we can find for that. Hopefully we come across the board somewhere. And then we got a stack of audio cards. On top we've got a Sound Blaster Live. Pretty clean, pretty good shape. This one was in a box of cards that I really wanted to dig through, but I didn't want to waste too much time just pulling single cards when there were complete towers. But it's from 2002, so it's not, it's not one of the classic Sound Blasters that are worth a ton of money, unfortunately, but I'm sure there's more Sound Blasters out there. This one is a Vibra 16. Pretty nice sound card. Looks like it's in good shape. Relatively clean. Needs to be dusted. But it looks like it had some surgery done on it. So this one I think may be going back to the scrapyard, unfortunately. They cut off what appears to be, I'm guessing, diodes. That's a shame. Didn't notice that before. And another Sound Blaster Live. Looks like everything's intact here. So this probably came out of a Compaq or a Dell or something. I'm guessing they're pretty popular. Another Creative Labs. I believe this is also a Sound Blaster. PCI. This one looks to be intact. I don't see that anything's been sliced off of it. Kind of a basic little card, though. Be interested to hook this up and see what kind of capabilities it's got. And then a Rocket Fish. I thought this was a pretty cool find. I don't remember ever having one of these, but I remember seeing them in other friends of mine's systems. And honestly, I don't recall if they're quality cards or not. So there's another opportunity to inform me. Hit me up in the comments. I mean, it's got digital audio out, so I got to think it's probably somewhat decent. And then we've got a stack of hard drives. Western Digital. This one's an 08 Caviar. I had one of these. These are pretty nice little drives. Good capacity, 320 gig for a retro system. A Fireball. I was pretty excited to see a Fireball out there. This will be great for a retro system, 95, 98 build. Caviar. This was one I also had back in the day. This is definitely a 3.1 or a 95 build potential. And a server hard drive. Full terabyte. Be interested to see if there's anything on this. And then a Hitachi SATA. This is a pretty decent drive. And again, another terabyte. Half terabyte. Western Digital. Blue. I had one of these. Seagate Barracuda. Just had one of these fail. But 2 terabytes. Can't beat that. Another Western Digital. Caviar. Half gig. Or excuse me, half terabyte. Half gig would be pretty sorry these days. Another Western Digital Caviar Blue. Fairly new. This one, another half terabyte. And then an IBM DeskStar, which is pretty cool to see. This one, I believe, is, 30.7. So probably a Windows 98 build. Maybe a Windows 2000, Windows ME build. possibility, but pretty good stack of hard drives. So for any of these systems I get that need a little more hard drive space or potentially don't have a hard drive, we can get them to boot, or at least see if they will, and test them out. Or if I run out of ambition, I'll throw it in a single case and make some sort of goofy file server out of it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate your time again. Hope to see you all soon in the next video. If you like my stuff, hit that subscribe button. Hit that share button, too. Bring in all your friends. Let them know what's going on this channel. Also, you can hit me up. I am 1/3 of the Digital Escape podcast. We're available here on YouTube. We're also available on Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, you name it. We're on every platform pretty much. And we also have a weekly episodic podcast exclusive here to YouTube called The Warp Core, where myself and one of the other Digital Escape podcast members, Lord Uther, we talk Star Trek. And right now we're working through all the original series movies, so check us out. We got another episode coming this week, and actually another episode of the Digital Escape podcast this week.